Ever wonder how NFL players are out here cashing insane checks, buying Lambos, and living like rock stars? By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly how these guys make their millions, step by step, from their contracts to their side hustles. I've spent hours digging into player salaries, endorsement deals, and even the sneaky ways they lose money. Plus, I've talked to sports insiders and crunched the numbers from the NFL's biggest stars. Stick with me, and you'll see the real money game behind the NFL. Let's dive in. Alright, let's start with the obvious. Those massive NFL contracts you hear about, like Patrick Mahomes signing a $500 million deal.
Patrick Mahomes had 2 years remaining. Those years remain intact. $27.8 million for the next 2 years. And then the 10-year extension for $450 million, an average of $45 million, kicks in.
$503 million over 10 years. Sounds crazy, right? But here's the thing. Not all of that money is what it seems. NFL players make their biggest bucks through their contracts with teams. These deals have a few key parts: the base salary, signing bonuses, and incentives. The base salary is what they're guaranteed to make each year, but it's usually the smallest piece. For example, a guy like Aaron Rodgers might have a $25 million base salary, but that's just the start. The real money comes from signing bonuses, lump sums paid up front when a player signs a contract. Think of it like a welcome gift, but it can be $20 million or more for top guys. Why do teams do this? It's a way to spread the cost over years for salary cap reasons, but for players, it's straight up cash in the bank. Then you've got incentives, bonuses for hitting specific goals like 1,000 rushing yards or making the Pro Bowl. You can add a few $100,000 to a couple $1,000,000 per season for star players. But here's the kicker. Not every player gets these mega deals. The average NFL career is only 3.3 years, and most guys are making closer to the league minimum, about $705,000 a year for rookies in 2025. Still nice, but not private jet money. Oh, and one more thing. Taxes and agents take a huge bite. A top player might lose 40 to 50% of their paycheck to taxes, depending on where they play, and agents get 3 to 5% off the top. So that $10 million contract, it's more like $5 to $6 million after everyone gets their cut. But hold up, contracts are just the start. You're not going to believe how much money these guys are pulling in off the field. Alright, you ready for this? The NFL's biggest stars aren't just making money from playing, they're raking it in from endorsements. This is where guys like Tom Brady and Dak Prescott turn their fame into fortunes. Endorsements are deals where companies pay players to rep their brand. Think Nike, Gatorade, or even random stuff like car dealerships. For top players, this can be way bigger than their NFL salary. Take Russell Wilson. His NFL contract is huge, $49 million a year, but he's reportedly pulling in $10 to $15 million more from endorsements with brands like Bose and Microsoft. How does this work? Companies want players with charisma, a big fan base, or a marketable story. That's why quarterbacks like Mahomes or Josh Allen get the fattest deals. They're the face of the team, but even lesser-known players can score local deals, like a lineman doing ads for a car lot in his hometown. Those might only pay $50,000 to $100,000, but it adds up. Here's what's crazy. Social media has changed the game. Players with big followings on Instagram or TikTok can make bank just by posting sponsored content. A single post from a guy like Travis Kelce could be worth $50,000. And if they've got a personality, like Kelce with his podcast or fashion vibe, they're basically printing money. But it's not all roses. One bad move, like a scandal or a dumb tweet, and those deals can disappear fast. Just look at Antonio Brown. His off-field drama tanked his endorsement game. So yeah, endorsements are a goldmine, but you gotta play it smart. Okay, so contracts and endorsements are huge, but there's another way players are stacking cash, and it's not what you think. Alright, let's talk about the smart money. NFL players know their careers are short, so the savviest ones are out here building empires off the field. First up, side hustles. A lot of players start businesses while they're still playing. Take Rob Gronkowski. He's invested in everything from CBD companies to fitness apps. Or look at Von Miller, who's got his own chicken farm. Yeah, you heard that right, chickens. These guys are using their NFL fame to launch brands or partner with startups, and it's paying off big. Then there's real estate. Players like Russell Wilson and Cam Newton are buying up properties, apartment complexes, commercial buildings, you name it. Why? It's a way to make passive income long after they retire. A guy like Newton might drop $5 million on a building that generates $500,000 a year in rent. Not a bad gig. Some players go full entrepreneur. Ever heard of Drew Brees' restaurant chain? He's got a stake in Walk-Ons, a sports bar that's blowing up. Or how about LeBron James? Okay, he's not NFL, but guys like Aaron Rodgers are following his playbook, investing in media companies and production houses. But here's the flip side. Not every investment is a winner. Some players get burned by shady financial advisors or risky ventures. Remember Terrell Owens? He lost millions on bad real estate deals. The smart ones hire legit money managers and diversify. Stocks, bonds, even crypto for the bold ones. So players are hustling hard, but there's a dark side to all this money. Alright, let's get real for a second. NFL players make crazy money, but a shocking number of them go broke. Studies say 78% of NFL players face serious financial trouble within a few years of retiring. How does that even happen? First, the traps. A lot of players come from tough backgrounds, so when they get that first big check, they spend like it'll never run out. Mansions, private jets, buying cars for their whole crew, it adds up. Then there's bad advice. Some players trust the wrong people, scammy advisors or friends who push them into terrible investments. Remember Vince Young? He blew $26 million on parties and bad business moves. Taxes are another killer. Playing in high-tax states like California or New York can eat half your paycheck. And don't forget alimony or child support. Some players are paying thousands a month after messy divorces. But here's the comeback part. A lot of players learn from their mistakes. Take someone like Jamal Mashburn, an NBA guy but same vibe. He went from broke to building a $50 million empire through car dealerships and real estate. NFL players like Warrick Dunn are doing the same, focusing on financial literacy and mentoring younger players to avoid the trap. The NFL's even stepping up with programs to teach rookies about money management. They're bringing in experts to talk budgeting, investing, and taxes, stuff most 22-year-olds don't think about. It's not perfect, but it's helping. All right, we've covered the money, the hustles, and the traps. Guys like Tom Brady are out here mentoring rookies, helping them avoid the mistakes he saw teammates make. The key takeaway? The NFL money is life-changing, but it's not forever unless you're smart. The players who win are the ones who treat their career like a business, not a party. And there you go. That's the real story of how NFL players make their money.
From monster contracts to sneaky side hustles to avoiding the traps. If you love this deep dive, hit that like button and subscribe.